Good day to you. So nice of you to join me. My name is Harlan Penrose, but no one really calls me that. It'll be Hal to you, much less formal. I do have a mild aversion towards unnecessary formalities. However, no worries if you have an aversion to the name Hal, because in that case we'll think of something. You're probably wondering where in heaven's name I come from. Well, I'm much like you, with a few exceptions in the ways of my origins. So, like you, I was created by God, through potentially evolution. However, in my case, my form was always of a particular design, that I might function as a dream, an expression, a sentiment, or better yet, a narrator for someone who I dearly consider a sort of soul mate. No, we aren't romantic soulmates, not at all. We are a different type of soulmate pair. She is a motherly, kind soul, and she composes most of what I write, say, or do. She goes by Kindred, and we're very close friends. Very old friends, actually. We follow one simple rule. Whatever she expects me to narrate on her behalf, well, I must wholeheartedly agree, or else we'll change a part or two of the script. I'm expected simply to entertain you, though not just for fun. Rather for relief, yes, relief of the mind, or the soul, the heart. To be like a warm cup of tea to you in the afternoon, a mild excursion from your troubles, to offer you encouragement, to inspire you, and sometimes even to help you to untangle the searching thoughts that are so much like sunflowers. How so? Sunflowers are known for turning themselves not away from, but towards the faintest light of clarity. And this is called heliotropism. It's a beautiful way to seek nurturing. I think all people are sunflowers at heart, because we squirm in the shadows, discontentedly, aware that we have deeper needs than to just look all vividly yellow and cheery. Well, isn't it true? As for where I live, my home is in the countryside just outside of Portsmouth, England. I love the air here, and my long widowed sister Rosalind lives here with me, though clean across in the West Wing. It is a mansion, I confess abashedly, this quiet place from where I communicate to you. However, do know that it's a very, very old one, and it hasn't been touched by the hands of any sort of servant for well over 120 years. My ancestors have probably rolled over a dozen times in their graves, though I'm quite content. Despite appearances of old money here, what's really old are the carpets, the drapes, the heirloom furnishings, even the plumbing. The old money's been depleted for ages. So this old house might look grand, but it's really just our cozy old Penrose home, nothing more. I was a tutor of the earth sciences before I became a narrator. I think that the earth sciences tend to give one a symbolic perspective on human nature. Moreover, I've never ceased to be a student of life. In fact, I've written many books about this perspective that have never seen the light of day. But they aren't normal books, just pages and pages of opinions, which I see now that the world has plenty of. Though if ever it finds itself facing a shortage of opinions, I'll dust off the old manuscripts, see if they might be well received. Kindred and I go way back. I could tell you some stories about her, yes. It's as though I've been an angel on her shoulder all these decades. So I've seen or heard about all her circumstances, and we've shared candid chats. She and I have a multitude of tales to tell, and a few good reflective insights to share as well, though there's no doubt that Kindred may well opt to dramatize or even fictionalize much of it. And she'll probably do it just to protect identities, or just because being a creative type, her dreams become real, almost like that Simple Simon character, known for chalking up chalkboard figures, which became real on that very old show. Oh, what's it called? Kangaroo something or another. In fact, Kindred tells me that I'm very active in her nighttime dream world, where I do and say all sorts of highly characteristic things, talking to others, helping someone to feel better, keeping the sometimes harsh, greater world at bay for another soul. Then we float above the cities in a hot air balloon, she and I, sipping tea and Irish coffee, until we touch the moon and burst into 1,000 lovely poppy petals that drift downward to her cozy bed, where she opens her dreamy eyes to the coral sunrise. She swears the petals are still there when she wakes, and that she always scoops them up, stuffs them safely into the pockets of her jammies, to dream another dream later on. At gatherings, you might even hear kindred tell someone she dreams me up daily. Although, from my perspective, well, I was always here. As a result, my decades of insight could be the precise medicine that your curious, aching, or kind heart needs. And going forward, I expect we'll be focusing somewhat more on you than on me. It's why I'm here, after all. Although, I'm so glad that you took a moment to listen to my spill about myself. You know we all feel more alive, more true, more real when we are heard. And I have no doubt that you'd probably agree with that honest sentiment. Well, toodles for now, my good new friend. Yours truly, Hal.